think of the drawing scene, guys. A fairly iconic scene.
That's fine.
I like the way the score drops out and it becomes the piano.
Yeah. I wanna say I think that it is pretty progressive on the part of Jimmy C to do a. I think. Well, no, wait. Yeah, Terminator was R. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
this is, I believe, his first. Is True Lies a PG-13?
I want to say that's R, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think nowadays you would have a movie like Terminator 2, or first Terminator that was very action oriented, lots of violence, lots of shooting and stuff, and that would be the thing that you could sneak into PG-13. But something like Titanic that has a sex scene and it has a nude scene and everything, that would be the thing that got bumped to R. I think it's good and interesting that the thing that maybe, like, I don't know, it's just like demonizing violence over sex.
Right, he did the opposite. He did the maybe correct progressive
which
thing.
I think is good.
Yeah.
According to what I'm reading, there are some of the later movies to have had breasts in them. Supernova with Robin Tunney.
Okay.
And Across the Universe has some nudity in it.
Yeah.
Those are PG-13s.
Yeah. That's also a similar movie where you only see one boob.
Another movie which I remember seeing with nudity in it, Fifth Element's a good one, is also Nell.
Oh, yeah.
Which also has kind of non-sexual nudity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Someone's Gotta Give one always kind of like bummed me out because it felt like they gave it a PG-13 7R because she was old. Like, it always felt like the kind of like implication was
that it was like non-threatening.
It's non-sexual because she's an older lady.
I get you.
Because that scene's like a little more like prolonged and pronounced.
But it's
a goofy scene.
It's brief and they cut.
Yeah, and she goes, oh!
Yeah, so I don't know. Did this scene have a huge impact on people? I almost feel like it's... Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Emily.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hi. Yeah. Sorry, my lips are super chapped. Right
now. It's understandable. Because I don't remember coming out of there thinking like top 5 moments. Number 1, like naked drawing.
Yeah.
Well, it was a thing that was like, I mean, I remember very clearly there was an article in like the newspaper, the local newspaper. The newspaper.
Wow.
The newspaper. And that was about like, like Titanic is very popular among tweens, but is it too raunchy for them?
Sure.
And so there was like this cartoon of like, it was like, I remember it was like Leonardo DiCaprio with a bar of soap in his mouth and it was like bubbling, and then like,
what?
And then like Kate Winslet, but like the clouds of smoke from the smokestacks of the Titanic were like covering her.
Sure.
And it was like, oh, this is the raunchy new movie all the kids are into, and it was like. Okay. I mean, it was for sure the first time I ever saw nudity.
I think so, for sure. I don't even think in like a home rental or whatever I'd seen nudity, but
I'd seen rated R movies, but not ones with nudity in them.
See, I think my first was Shakespeare in Love the following year.
Sure.
And I remember that being a big deal where it was like, oh my God, I'm going to get to see a movie with nudity because it's about Shakespeare.
Well, right.
Like, that felt like a coup.
That's the movie that is kind of ridiculous because that it's rated R. It's only rated R because you see, because of the nudity. There's no real swearing or anything else in the movie that's particularly objectionable. It's
in like a prelude to a sex scene. It's like the scene of them undressing, but there's not actually a scene of them having sex, you know? As I remember it. I have not seen it since that day.
I don't think,
I can't remember.
She's unbinding.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember the unbinding.
You see her naked more.
I remember the unbinding, and then I remember her waking up in bed next to him.
No, but in between, you cut to Imelda Staunton sitting outside. Remember?
Oh yeah.
She's all freaked out because she's like, "Oh, this isn't good."
Yeah.
Anyway, Titanic.
Oh right, Titanic. Podcastic.
So she's. I mean, also, we should note the movie's one F-bomb is spoken by Beardo.
Right. It's like a total throwaway.
He's got the thing in his fucking hands. I'm sorry. His hands.
Yeah. It's just totally just what we just did with Charlie.
Where he's mad at Ismay for wanting to go fast. That's when he said.
That is a good. I mean, I give Jim 2 comedy points for the drawing scene, and then it cuts back to everyone. Like, it fades from her eyes.
It's a great cutback.
To old Gloria Foster's
you morph
eyes.
her eye into wrinkle eye.
Right. It's not just a fade, too. It's like an actual...
It's a morph. It's a transform. Yeah. And then it cuts to all of them on the edge of their seats.
And they're just like this.
Yeah.
You know, they've got their chins in their palms.
And then they're like, so, I mean, did you...
and she's like, no, he was a gentleman.
Jack was a perfect gentleman, always. And then we went into a car and we fucked so hard that it steamed up the window.
We went 5 decks down into the cargo area, which must have been freezing.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. So maybe that's where all the steam comes from.
Maybe that's why the steam, because even just a relative amount of
I don't think it would take that much to steam up a car, even if it wasn't cold.
But when they cut inside, they're so sweaty, too.
Emily, I just said that with such definitive, we're just going to move right through that.
No, I want to talk about the car though. That's my other thing. I've been texting really annoyingly to David.
That's crazy. I love texting with Emily, my good pal.
I think maybe Cameron is trying to infer that they are the first teens to have sex in a car.
Fuck in a car. I mean, how old
great
is
American tradition.
Love that.
I mean, like, when is the car invented? Like 8 years earlier? Like,
they were still figuring out things he could do in it.
Yep. I mean, Emily. It's like the first time both of them probably ever came in contact with a car. I think she rode in on a car. That's true. But when would she have had an opportunity?
Yeah.
Like
to bang in a car. She's a 17-year-old, woman of high birth. One doubts she has.
This is a great point. Is that like the having sex in cars culture becomes a thing when teenagers are allowed to drive by themselves.
Yes.
It's like the rebel without a cause days. Yeah.
Whether you have your own car, or you're able to take out your parents' car. Back then, like a car was such a prime piece of property.
Yeah, and like a guy needed to like walk in front of it with a flag or whatever. Right? Like it was like completely.
Right. Like even if your parents had a car, you couldn't be like, hey, can I take it out for a quick spin?
Because
we have to call the mayor. We have to tell him you're going to take it out.
Oh wait, I want to look up the car because the car is real. That's a real thing. There was one car on board. You can go into the car and turn on the lights in Titanic Adventure Out of Time.
That's pretty cool.
And it's also real. It's real that when they found the car on the bottom of the ocean, it was filled with cum.
Oh.
Everyone fucked in the car.
Griffin, it's not good.
Even the ocean couldn't wipe out the cum.
I want to say, just to talk right over that, I like that he shows you the car being loaded on at the beginning of the movie. You see it on the crane.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to think about it.
And then they cut to a guy going, I sure do hope no cum gets in that car.
All right.
They just upholstered it.
Well, again, I should say, Emily really started this all off by talking about Rose's STDs.
Thank you. I wasn't the dirty boy for once.
No, okay.
For once, I wasn't a little stinker.
Now,